Maxwell Chikumbutso, a Zimbabwean innovator who says he has created a free energy car that runs on radio frequencies, has been creating a stir in his home country and throughout Africa. Despite the revolutionary nature of his invention, it hasn't gained the kind of global spotlight many would expect, especially when compared to how news about someone like Elon Musk would be received. There are several possible reasons behind this, and in this discussion, we'll explore some of them. Feel free to share your own opinions as well. For those who don't know much about Maxwell Chikumbutso, he officially introduced his groundbreaking free energy car on February 10. The vehicle is now reportedly available to purchase and runs using a tiny energy device that he engineered. Unlike regular electric cars that use solar panels or need charging stations, Chikumbutso's system is said to collect naturally existing radio waves, changing them into a constant and never-ending power supply. This allows the vehicle to keep operating without needing fuel, charging, or any other outside power source. This type of development could completely change how transportation works. However, it hasn't made the global news in the way it arguably should have. One of the biggest hurdles Maxwell faces is disbelief. The idea that a car can run purely on radio waves, without any refueling or recharging, is hard for many to accept. Scientists and engineers have questioned the practicality of this idea, arguing that it challenges long-held scientific laws. One of the main issues is the first law of thermodynamics, which says that energy can't be created or destroyed, only converted from one form to another. If Chikumbutso's invention is really producing more power than it's taking from radio waves, it appears to go against this basic law. So far, Maxwell has not shared a full scientific explanation that shows how his device might work around these principles. Some people think he may have found a rare or overlooked energy source, while others believe he may have misunderstood how energy transformation works. Without independent proof or a proper scientific explanation, doubts are likely to remain. This kind of skepticism isn't new, especially for African inventors. Many African tech creators face big challenges when trying to gain trust and recognition worldwide. There's still a common belief that game-changing technology usually comes from places like the US or Europe. When an African comes forward with something amazing, the first reaction is often doubt. If someone like Elon Musk said he had a radio wave-powered car coming in 2035, it would likely dominate the news. But Chikumbutso, who claims his car is ready today, barely gets any attention. This difference shows how deep-rooted bias still affects how people view inventors from different parts of the world. Many folks automatically assume African developers don't have the tools, education, or support needed to create high-tech products. This unfair view not only blocks progress but also pushes talented inventors to move to other countries just to get noticed. Maxwell's journey shows clearly how tough it is for African innovators to earn the respect they deserve, even when they may have created something that could shift the future. Another reason why Maxwell's invention hasn't caught fire globally is because not many people outside Zimbabwe have seen it. While he has shown off his work to Zimbabwe's president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, and spoken to local reporters, he hasn't taken it to an international audience. For a new type of technology to be widely accepted, it needs to be examined and tested by outside experts. When companies like Tesla or SpaceX announce something new, they invite scientists, engineers, and journalists to see it in person. Maxwell hasn't yet taken that step toward full openness, and that has caused many to doubt his claims even more. Energy from radio frequencies is not a new idea. It's already used in some small devices, like sensors and smart bands. But critics argue that these signals don't carry nearly enough energy to move a full-size vehicle, especially one that can supposedly reach speeds of 220 km per hour. Maxwell says his micro-energy system solves that issue, but without research papers or scientific tests to confirm it, many people stay unconvinced. If he's truly figured out a new way to increase energy, he needs to back that up with clear proof so that scientists and the public can believe it. The fact that Maxwell's car is now available for sale might mean that more info will come out soon. If independent groups can test it and confirm that it really works, it would be a huge deal. But until that happens, uncertainty will remain. Media coverage and smart marketing also play a major role in whether a new invention gets noticed. Elon Musk is a master at creating buzz and keeping the public excited. He often talks about bold new ideas long before they're ready, but he knows how to capture attention. Maxwell doesn't yet have that kind of media reach. Although some local and regional news outlets have mentioned his work, big international media has mostly stayed silent. This issue goes beyond just one inventor. It reflects a larger problem with how the global media tends to overlook African innovation. If Maxwell's invention had the support of a large Western tech firm or a celebrity entrepreneur, the news might have gone viral already. The main product of Maxwell's technology is a vehicle called the Scythe. It was developed with help from a Chinese firm that provided the vehicle's outer frame and essential parts. But the real innovation lies in the energy device, which reportedly allows the car to drive endlessly and reach a top speed of 220 kilometers per hour. If this is proven to be true, it could change the transportation world forever. Imagine cars that never have to stop for gas or charging. It would lower the use of fossil fuels, reduce pollution, and shift how the global economy runs. Another thing that makes Maxwell's invention stand out is the cost. It's estimated that each unit would cost around $14,000 to produce, making it a realistic option for widespread use. It also comes with high-tech features like automatic parking and a smart driving system, which make the Scythe both useful and futuristic. However, there are still open questions about how many units can be made, how it will get government approvals, and how traditional industries will react. If Maxwell's system reaches the mass market, it could hurt big energy companies and car manufacturers. Will these powerful groups support such change, or will they try to block it to protect their profits? That remains to be seen. The government of Zimbabwe has already praised Maxwell's efforts. President Emerson Mnangagwa personally met with him and called his invention a world first. The government is now exploring the idea of setting up a local factory to build the cars, which could help Zimbabwe take a lead in green transportation. Even with all this progress, Maxwell still faces a number of obstacles. Right now, it's not clear how someone can actually go about buying one of his cars, which confuses people who are interested. Also, because major news sources haven't covered it much, many people still don't know this invention exists. Until it gets full scientific support from experts and the media, many will continue to doubt it. In the end, whether Maxwell Chikumbutso's invention succeeds or not will depend on his ability to show undeniable proof and produce it at a large scale. If what he says is true, the world will eventually pay attention. For now, the responsibility is his. The possible effects of his work are enormous. It could redefine how we move around, how we use energy, and how countries build wealth. The free energy car isn't just a concept anymore, it has been built, and now the world must choose whether to take it seriously or ignore it. More importantly, Maxwell's experience shows us why the world should stop underestimating African inventors. Real innovation isn't limited to one part of the world. A game-changing idea can come from anywhere. If Maxwell's breakthrough is what he claims it to be, then it's only a matter of time before it gets the recognition it deserves. Until then, people will continue watching with a mixture of hope, doubt, and curiosity.